Test, test. All right, I can go ahead and get started. So, everybody, welcome to this year's PenguinCon. I'm actually starting out way early. So, this thing won't officially start for another 8 minutes, but I want to make sure I have my audio and video and everything was good. So, if anyone's on here at this point, let me know if you have any issues hearing or seeing what's on the screen. You should be able to see a slide deck, my face, and then, of course, quick message about tomorrow morning's class. And I'll sit here tight and just chill out for a few minutes. Oh. Okay, I know it looks bad. I just got up there with my phone right there on the screen, but I was just checking and letting people know on the line that I'm getting ready for this presentation. So please be patient. And actually, I'm about to go ahead and tweet it out too. So give me one more second to look ignorant on camera. I know some trolls gonna say, "Why are you looking at your camera? Why are you doing the live stream?" I'm like, look, I'm starting early, so people are ready. Okay, I just tweeted it out, so no people are like, well, when you get done doing what's wrong with Twitter and blah 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 blah. The blah blah blah, the yakety smackety. Okay, look, I have one person online. Okay, I'm actually waiting until actually 2 o'clock in the dot before I actually officially get started. So I want to give people time to actually get on the stream to have any questions to ask and then go from there. And in case you're interested, if you're on YouTube right now, you should be able to go down and see in the description link somewhere where I have the links to the actual document I'm using for this presentation. And actually, since I got to put this in here, I might as well do some live editing. Why did you do that? Gotta love when software decides to be buggy, even if it's editing software in the middle of a freaking presentation. Let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome this year to my PeopleCon 2020 presentation. Unfortunately, you guys already know due to the situation, I can't do this physically, so right now we're doing this virtually. So today I'll be talking about Internet of Things, cloud computing, and a little bit about fitness all wrapped into one because, hey, only at PeopleCon. So a little bit about myself. Name is William Bowen. I'm basically a computer nerd and a fitness enthusiast. If you want to contact me afterwards, my email address is wbowen05@gmail.com. Instagram is jackgeek. And of course, YouTube channel. If you're just looking at this as a live stream, it'd be youtube.com/wbowen05. So the first thing a lot of people ask is like, okay, we have the Internet of Things and cloud computing and security. What could possibly go wrong? Well, here's the deal. Like Bubs of the Bobcat, a lot can go wrong. Let's see. I've had issues recently working with a certain company which will remain nameless where they did poor testing of bandwidth, so there was a lot of latency trying to get on and off the site. It took 5 minutes to go from one page to another, which is very bad, especially trying to go through corporate information. And there was also poor testing over corporate firewalls and VPN connections. So there were situations where we had to turn the VPNs off and off just to make the thing work. And also there were situations where users were not able to process sites and registers due to them not updating their SSL certificates as well. And the sad part is this is actually based on a true story that happened recently. And of course, these people have recommended, but that's a different story for a different day that I will not be pulling online. And another issue you can run into just like with the Internet of Things, would be too much information being shared within the cloud. Which is why you have the Fitbits and a lot of other devices where they're pretty much saying, hey, we're going to send all this information about where you're at, your location, and everything else, and then send it up to the cloud. The problem is, you don't want all your information out there. Just like for me, I have this application known as, this running app from Under Armour that I currently use, and it pretty much tracks my running and everything else, but I don't want to know exactly the whole location of where I'm at, especially in an area where, I don't want to know where I work, where I live. So what I'll do is when I turn the map on, I make sure I'm away from the area where I normally working on where I live. So you can say, I ran this amount of distance and this is the area, and if I'm in an area where I don't want people to know where I'm at, I'll just tell, hey, just list the amount of miles that I ran, but don't put the location on there. So that's something you guys people want to be aware of is when you're actually are doing a lot of these fitness apps, just make sure all information you want out there goes out there because you don't want people to know where you are and know where you live. Just a privacy hint. And also another problem people have will be hardware compatibility across multiple platforms. And this can definitely be an issue when devices decide to stop working after certain operating system patches. Like Windows or iOS, Apple, you name it. Sometimes you get a new patch or something and things no longer work. So let's say hypothetically, Microsoft officially had a Wii U remote functionality within Windows. So you had your fitness app you built using the Wii remote, and then Microsoft update comes in and now kills the Wii remote. Even though, like I said, it's a hypothetical one because it's Nintendo and Microsoft are like competitors, but still, you never know. Nintendo may hint, wink, wink, open up the architecture, even though technically you just use the open source drivers. Just saying. Okay, continuing on. So a lot of people want to figure out like what should you keep out of the cloud with Internet of Things. Well, like I just said, you don't want people to know your real coordinates of where you are. You don't want real map locations of your homes or your property. And then, of course, medical information. This is the key right here. Make sure you do not send information about your medical provider to anybody unless it's through a secure connection and it's directly to your medical provider or your doctor. So basically, hey, if you have your medical information going from a heart monitor onto the cloud, make sure it's going to your doctor and not your group instructor. As a group instructor, it's like, you know what? I'm also a security guy. I don't need to see all that stuff. So therefore, do not send me your medical information if you're on one of my programs, unless it's cleared by a doctor first. And make sure you don't put any PII in there so both of us are covered. And also make sure you guys do not try to share all your financial information to all these apps that are out there. You may see the latest and coolest app for your phone or your desk or your media center device, wherever you got set up, but at the same time, be aware of what's out there, because one prime example would be with the Nintendo Switch. It was just revealed that a couple of days ago, if you don't have two-factor authentication turned on for your Switch, there's a good chance your account may have been hacked. So you may want to go to Google and some other platforms for some two-factor authentication with a third party. Any questions at this point? I know I went very fast with a lot of information. And currently, I don't see anyone else online. Oh, one other person online. So, okay, I think I keep going. And also, of course, this seems to have opened Pandora's box. So now since people are now using so many devices and services to the point where some of them are having trouble keeping track of everything, including not only passwords, but also proper security settings. So one thing can happen is you have like 1,000 Bluetooth devices connected to your phone. So you have your phone here and as well as stereo speaker. Well, how can you get this stuff to work if you don't have a connection properly? You want to make sure the connection's on there properly, but here's the problem. You then add another device, then another device, then another device, and the next thing you know, our security settings are blown out because you're trying to open up this to close that. You close this access point to open up this access point, and so on. So then, of course, it becomes big kerfluffle. And I just got a email from ops at PenguinCon saying that the link that I provided everybody is not working. Okay. And I apologize for this. Oops. Sorry, I gave them a bad link, so sorry about that, guys. So I ended up putting the wrong link out there, so it should be wbowen05, and I just Twitter this presentation out to some people. So I think the reason why I only see one person on the stream right now is because it's probably someone that's following me via Twitter or Instagram. So for everyone else that's just logging in the next couple of minutes, I truly apologize for that. So actually, let me kind of pause this conversation real quick and actually log into my my account real quick and get that fixed for everybody. So I apologize for this. I'll be right back. And of course, after I have my rant about people messing up links, here I go with a bad link. So let me fix that. If you'll let me edit it real quick. Let's see. Ugh. And it's not letting me edit it. Okay, so Ops will be editing the link. And I truly apologize for that. That's weird. So if you go to the PinguinCon website, it actually has, go to my presentation link, it actually is up. So I guess they did fix it. Okay, sorry everybody. It was yeah, so they did fix the link, didn't do anything. So let me get back to the presentation. So once again, I apologize for that. So we'll just go over quick synopsis. So make sure you don't have your GPS coordinates on a lot of these fitness apps. Just show how many miles you ran. And medical information only go to your doctor, not a fitness instructor, not even myself. As well as make sure your financial information goes to only who needs to see it. So of course, one thing I just screwed up was the links for this presentation you guys are watching. So kind of going back, what could possibly go wrong? So I pulled above C. So of course, you have the bandwidth issues I mentioned earlier, poor testing connectivity over firewalls, and of course you have SSL issues where people don't check their SSL certificates. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, connectivity over corporate firewalls. Make sure you also test the VPNs. And like we just said, not make sure you don't have too much information. And of course, people have become overburdened with so many passwords and everything that's going out there. So that's why they're telling people now to start using two-factor authentication. Go to third-party suites for that, as well as something also have password software or programs to kind of keep track of all your different passwords, like LastPass. So of course, LastPass is a good way to kind of make sure you keep everything organized. Because now, according to the latest news, even your Nintendo Switch can get hacked if you don't have two-factor authentication. But fortunately, Nintendo was smart enough to have it so your credit card information is not on here, and as an extra layer of security, I also use another program on top of that. So therefore, they gotta go through 3 layers to even get to my credit card information. And for obvious reasons, I'm not gonna say what third-party software I'm using for that. Okay, so another thing people want to ask would be all the different apps and services are out there for IoT and cloud computing. Will the market crash? And of course, the sheer amount of devices, including those that replicate features of others already in the market, how can the market survive? Well, basically, people need to produce unique and useful services that people actually want or need that very few people are able to produce. Kind of like with any type of business, they make sure that the products adhere to the best practices in regards to functionality, usability, and security. And these factors are also key to cloud computing, especially now as more people are going virtually due to the whole pandemic that's going on. So one prime example would be the issue with Zoom, where some people are going with Zoom because they have more features. But unfortunately, we already know that Zoom is less secure. People have been hacking into different calls here and there, left and right. So for myself and different others at their places of like myself and other people at their places of work, they have to pretty much use Microsoft Teams. So Microsoft Teams You're in a more secure environment. Everything's locked down a lot better. The only downside is features are very lackluster. It does what it needs to do, and then that's it. You do your video conference, you're done. You don't get to change your background, have it look super pretty. You just have the regular background like you see right now on my YouTube channel. This is my boring living room / home office. And of course, with everything going on, can people just have fun experimenting Internet of Things? And of course, this is like, yeah, considering you're pretty much you're talking to a guy that has hacked pretty much almost all the 6th generation game consoles. I've hacked my Dreamcast, my GameCube, my original Xbox, and PS2. I didn't feel like messing around with because that installing a module inside the PS2 was a pain in the butt, and I probably have a buddy of mine that might be watching this right now. We won't go into details of what happened when solder goes wrong with the PS2. Let's just say there are situations where multiple PS2s were bought and certain projects didn't get completed. Well, of course, with any type of these projects, just ensure that you have the appropriate guidelines are in place, and make sure you have plenty of test components and different parts ready in case you screw something up, like a PS2 motherboard. And of course, to make it a lot simpler nowadays, it's like, just get a Raspberry Pi. It's a single board computer. It's very little chance you screwing something up on that. Not to mention, you can even go to like Amazon or like eBay right now. Make sure it's like thoroughly clean though, and get like a PS3 or Xbox 360. Could also like down like $40, and right now it's to that point you can easily format the drives, install whatever flavor lens you want in there, and keep going. And even better yet, PSP, another option. But once again, if you're going to use an older game console, make sure it's cleaned off properly before you do anything else. And now for people who actually come to my YouTube channel a lot more often, now we're going to get the meat and potatoes of this, which now goes into fitness and the Internet of Things. And of course, having a partial background in fitness as well, I thought it'd be a nice time for me to go ahead and list off and discuss some of the options that are useful, especially when you're at home from working out. So of course, right now I have the Wii Fit, as you can see here. Not the Wii Fit, but the Nintendo Switch, and I have the Ring Fit Adventure in my basement. And basically, I use this in the Ring-Con to kind of get a few workouts in. I'm done lifting weights. I always want to do something different cardio. I don't feel like doing a full-fledged boot camp or go crazy with HIIT. I just want to do something a little bit more simplistic. I'll do that. Even though I will say this, the software that comes with the Ring Fit Adventure, it is just almost as intense as regular boot camp, so you guys may want to check that out. And of course, with the latest software update that came out a couple weeks ago, the sensor ability to track your movement has gotten a lot better, because before it will barely track my squats properly. Now it tracks my squats perfectly. Because before I could do a quarter squat and it told me I did a full squat. Now it's like unless I break parallel, it pretty much dings me, which is what I wanted to do. Because me also being a powerlifter, that's helpful because now at least I know, okay, am I going below parallel or not? Am I breaking my hip crease going all the way down? So now it can actually test, or it can actually detect if you're going below your hip crease. So that's definitely a huge improvement in software. Another program that I've been using in the past, another fitness program I've used in the past is Step Mania, which basically works with the USB DDR pad you can get easy on Amazon for $25. And that's part about that is it works with Windows, Mac, and Linux. Have yet to test it on the Raspberry Pi, but I have a feeling I think there is a Raspberry Pi built of it that works with Raspbian. So if time permits, I may go ahead do a quick installation on that on the Raspberry Pi and try it on there to see if that works. If that's possible, then yeah, it's another portable fitness option along with the Switch and Ring Fit Adventure. And of course, you also have the OG Wii Fit, which along with licensed products and a few open source products lets you do a few things for cardio as well as yoga alignment type of activities as well. It's just more or less balancing because it is a balance board, so it kind of tests your balance. So you can tell if you're going this way, to the left or right, kind of calibrates your whole body, which is kind of cool back when it came out. And of course, the hackers made it even more useful. And last but not least, you have the much older Nintendo Power Pad, which of course can be mounted to work with a USB connector and then hook into your PC. And of course, this may be a fun little project along with the Raspberry Pi stuff for the Cyber Patriots in the fall. So of course I had to give a quick shout out to Cyber Patriots, good organization, kind of help these high school kids learn more about cybersecurity. So please do some research on Cyber Patriots if you're interested. Okay, continuing on. There are also some free online fitness resources as well. So kind of going back to the idea of building your own. Kind of going to the idea with the Ring Fit Adventures. Back to the latest update. Actually lets you build your own workout. So you can pretty much go through the whole menu section. You can pretty much say, okay, I want to do chest. It lets you add in all your chest exercises. And likewise, you can do the stuff the screen tells you to do. So you may want to do this before or after your workout. So one idea that came to my head would be probably say, okay, have the Ring Fit. Say, all right, I'm gonna do all these exercises on the bands. Sorry, not the bands, but the Pilates ring. So I'll do the Pilates ring stuff first, then do my bodyweight stuff with push-ups, and then probably some band work afterwards. So that can be a good idea, good way to actually get in, work with your travel workouts. So if you have resistance bands and the Ring Fit when you go on travel, to me, I think your best bet would be to go ahead, kind of program your workout with the Ring Fit Adventure first. Do some of the Pilates ring. I feel like that's gonna probably be the most, it's gonna be the weird, that kind of the one's gonna have that weird effect in your body, at least natural movement, and then kind of move into the bands, and then from there progress into your bodyweight exercises. So that's something I may give a try later on, and also maybe a future video. And of course, YouTube is your friend when it comes to fitness. You can check out my channel and other channels, whether they're pre-recorded fitness classes as well as their yoga classes. And hey, I'm actually doing good on time. So if you go through the slide deck that I provided on the site, on my channel, you notice that I have links for Organic Flow on YouTube, Namaste Yoga Royal Oak, Explore Yoga. Then I have my own on my own YouTube channel. So you guys may want to give these channels a look once this presentation is over with. So you have Organic Flow, Namaste Yoga Royal Oak, Explore Yoga, my channel, and then there's also another channel known as I'm going to butcher this guy's name, Shun Vega Fitness. He has some good videos on this channel as well. And even though it's not YouTube, Citizen Yoga also has their free and paid classes on Vimeo today. Don't know why I can't freaking talk, but yeah, if you go to their Vimeo page, you'll find some decent free and paid classes. Not to mention, I also heard they're probably starting a 200-hour program sometime next month, and on top of that, it's going to be half of what it normally is because it's going to be virtual. So, good plus for individuals trying to get into their 200-hour, and I may do it myself because current group I'm going through, they're dragging their feet to give us our exams, our final exam. And of course, there are other fitness sources you can do, not just for yoga, but just like group backs. So you may want to check out Fit Force FX. They have some good stuff. Relentless Jake had always some good classes on his site. And then you may have to do a search because some people have actually uploaded themselves doing Insanity, Body Beast, P90X, and other Beachbody workouts. So these aren't the official Beachbody DVDs ripped to YouTube, but people doing exercises to the DVDs, which I believe were purchased legally. But if you're watching the stream, hey, you're not the guy that uploaded the stream, so that's on you. I'm not gonna worry about it. And right now, these are some live fitness classes you can get on via Instagram or on the gram. There's my Instagram channel, so I'm Jack Geek, and I have my class at various times. Des 2 Fit, who's currently doing this free fitness boot camps Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. and then Saturday at 10 a.m. And you also have Organic Flow, who does class with different teachers on Monday, Wednesday at 6 p.m. as well as Saturday a.m. at 9 a.m. Then you also have Win with Meg, someone from Vibe Ride, who does her class Mondays through Fridays at 6 p.m. And then Vibe Ride Detroit, they have their class at various times during the day. And the same thing goes for Vibe Ride Atlanta. And there's many, many more people out there. So like I said, you can go through YouTube and Instagram. You'll find plenty of live classes. And of course, the Instagram people that I mentioned, including myself, check out our page. We'll probably give shout outs to other people who are also doing fitness classes. So let's say you don't feel like doing my class, you can do Des's class. You don't do Des's class, you can do Organic Flow, you can do Meg, you can do Vibe Ride, Detroit or Atlanta. then my buddy Corey Fit forgot his Instagram page, but he also has I forgot the name of his Instagram at the time of doing this stream, and now I can't even think of the name of it, but I believe he has some as well. But he's normally shouted out by Vibe Right Detroit because that's who he works for. So yeah, when you get chance, just kind of scroll through Instagram for the live classes as well as come through here on YouTube for live classes. Like I may have got someone talking or looking for me. Oh, I thought something in the chat. Okay, this was probably the shortest. Yeah, it's weird. I'm so used to like doing this as a open forum class. Sorry, open forum discussion. So pretty much the last time I tried, talked similar to this, it literally took all of like 45 minutes, and now it's 25 minutes because I'm in a room by myself. Okay, so of course you have the typical starter list or Internet of Things. We just want to get started. We have your Arduino boards, which a lot of people use for robotics, power-related projects with lights and sound, as well as dice games, alarm clocks, heart rate monitors, sensors, and so on. Of course, you have my favorite single board computers like the Raspberry Pi, BeagleBone Black, and the Odroid. BeagleBone Black's kind of Detroit owned, Michigan owned. And of course, these things are good for media centers, game consoles, full Linux desktop distros, including Linux, which I'll do a video on later on. Cameras, robotics, and so on. And of course, you guys saw my live stream a couple of days ago. I was playing around with RetroPie. It runs super smooth now. Because I was playing around with it the other day. Had Daytona USA running from the Dreamcast. Full speed. Pretty much all Dreamcast games on that. I ran at full speed. And then goes to PlayStation, Arcade, and even some of the Capcom CPS games. CPS 1, 2, and 3. All run fairly smooth. And of course, for you hackers out there, you can go to hack5.org and play around with the Land Turtle, the Rubber Ducky, the Wi-Fi Pineapple, which I think I mentioned earlier on this channel a few months ago, and as well as the OMG Cable. And of course, so many other devices on hack5.org. So now, I'd like to know if you guys have any questions before I log off. Because surprisingly, this presentation I plan on being 45 minutes only end up being a half hour long. Okay, going once, going twice. All right, thank you like that. Thanks to the two people that showed up today. I apologize for they not being any longer because, like I said, I'm used to doing this as like a longer presentation with more people involved. So since only like 3 of us in the room at once, virtually, this is very short. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.